In the year 2300, Earth faces an irreversible collapse. Resources exhausted, ecosystems destroyed, and an overpopulation with no way out. The only hope is the Ascension Project, an international program that selects those who will have the right to board Arca-Nova, a network of orbital cities where humanity can begin again. It is not only about wealth. The selection protocol combines genetics, intellectual capacity, health, talent, and a percentage chosen at random to preserve diversity. Even so, places are limited and the majority will be left behind. While some fight to meet the requirements and others turn to fraud, alliances, or rebellion, the world fractures into two: the Ascendants, already preparing to leave Earth; the left behind, who know their fate is to perish on a dying planet. Amid the chaos, impossible questions arise. Is it fair to decide who deserves to live and who does not? What if the chosen ones repeat the same mistakes in the new world? And what about those who refuse to accept the system? The divided humanity is the story of a future where survival is not a right, but an imposed choice. The oceans hold little usable water. What remains is contaminated, saturated with plastic and metals. The glaciers are gone, and drought dominates much of the planet. Lands that were once fertile forests are now endless deserts. Overpopulation worsens every crisis. Cities that grew without control have become overcrowded hives, with millions competing for what little remains: water, energy, and food grown in exhausted soils. Governments, weakened by decades of unending crises, barely maintain a fragile balance. In many regions, control is enforced more by force than by hope. In this landscape, fear becomes part of daily life. Entire families vanish in mass migrations. Communities fracture, and violence grows where resources can no longer sustain survival. Humanity lives at a point of no return. The planet that was its home for millennia is exhausted, and with each passing day, collapse advances further. Faced with global collapse, the last governments and technological corporations unite in a council of emergency. From that alliance is born the Ascension Project, the construction of Arca-Nova, a network of self-sufficient orbital cities. The official discourse speaks of preserving humanity and of guaranteeing genetic and cultural diversity. Yet deep down, everyone knows that most will be excluded. As the first stations rise, people on Earth watch with a mix of hope and mistrust. For some, it is salvation. For others, the final condemnation. the list of the chosen marks a before and after in every family. Some celebrate their ascent, while others know they will be left behind forever. Chance divides even those closest to one another. Soon, fraud and black markets appear. Medical records are falsified, genetic tests altered, influence bought to secure a place. What was meant to be a fair process becomes a terrain of despair. Millions discover that their future does not depend on their lives, but on a system that grants space only to a few. And amid that tension, a new question emerges. What does it mean to be fit for the future? And who has the right to decide? The first ships ascend toward Arca-Nova. On Earth, crowds look to the sky as the chosen depart. For some, it is the beginning of a new era. For others, the confirmation of an inevitable end. The Ascendants cross the atmosphere with the promise of a different future. Yet doubt lingers in their eyes. Will they truly build a better society, or repeat the same mistakes that destroyed the planet? The left behind remain on a dying world. Some resist, others resign. All know the gap between them and those who departed can never be closed. Thus begins the greatest exodus in human history. A future divided between those who inherit the sky and those who vanish with the earth.